Good evening. I would like to ask regarding my sister.
Okay.
Her name is Nada Hamid, and she's born on 31st August 1995.
And what is your question?
Can you tell me something about her marriage and her future?
According to the date of birth, she is 22 years old. If you get your sister married at the age of 24, you can expect some good results. Okay, and one more thing. According to numerology, don't get her engaged, get her married directly. And
So for our next question, how do astronomers, TV program guests, etc., some of them on Muslim shows, how do they predict your issues and problems? And how do they give solutions? When people call up and say, I've got this and that of a problem, and these people say that I've got this solution for you, how do we answer that, or how do we explain that? The first thing that we have to say is that this is an issue that deals with a matter of the unseen, a matter of the ghaib. Allah Azza wa Jal said about Himself, وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ. Allah has the keys of the unseen. Nobody knows them except Him. And Allah Azza wa Jal said in the Quran, قُلْ لَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ الْغَيْبَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Say nobody in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen except Allah. And the Prophet ﷺ, he told us how it is that these people make these statements and by what means they are able to discover people's problems. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anh narrated that the Prophet ﷺ said, the translation of which is, when Allah decrees a matter in heaven, the angels beat their wings in submission to what He says with a sound like a chain beating on a rock. Then when fear is banished from their hearts, they say, what did your Lord say? They said the truth, and He is the Most High, the Most Great. So those jinn who are trying to eavesdrop hear it, and those who are trying to eavesdrop are standing one above the other. So he hears a word and passes it on to the one who is beneath him. And he passes it on in turn. So each one is passing on to the other until it reaches the lips of the sorcerer or the soothsayer. And I want to be clear here that it doesn't matter by what means that person is determining these problems. Some of them use sand. Some of them use tea leaves. Some of them use numerology in people's names and they calculate the numerical value of names. Some of them throw things into iron pots and see what is left in the pot afterwards. Some of them look in the cups that people serve the tea or coffee in. And many, many others. Some of them read with cards, tarot cards. All of them in Islam are the same. They are called Al-Kahin, the soothsayer or the fortune teller. And then what happens? They pass it on in turn till it reaches the lips of the sorcerer or the soothsayer. Sometimes the flaming fire will hit that jinni before he has the ability to convey this message. And sometimes he will pass it on before he is hit. And he tells 100 lies along with it. Then it is said, i.e. people on the earth will say, did he not tell us, did the fortune teller not tell us that such and such would happen on such and such a day? So he is believed for that one word that is heard from the heavens. And the Prophet ﷺ said in another hadith, the angels speak in the clouds about things that will happen on earth. The devils listen to what is said and then they drop it into the ear of a fortune teller like dropping something into a bottle, and they add 100 lies to it. And like the Prophet ﷺ said, because there is one single piece of truth, when that truth happens, the person says, didn't the fortune teller tell us about such and such a thing that would happen on such and such a day? The Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith in which he mentioned some sins which are among the worst and the most filthy of sins that a person can do. And some of them are not appropriate for me to mention on this video where there might be children watching. And then of the last of them, the Prophet ﷺ said, and the one who goes to the soothsayer, and the one who believes the soothsayer or listens to the soothsayer, فَقَدْ كَفَرَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. He has disbelieved in what was sent down to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever watches these people and believes in what they say has disbelieved in the Quran, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever goes to a fortune teller and asks them something, their prayer will not be accepted for 40 days. The scholars say this applies to the one who goes to them without believing in them. Like the one who watches the shows for entertainment or reads the newspaper just for a joke about what is my future going to be. This person has had their prayer blocked from acceptance for 40 days. Now they still have to pray, but their prayer will not be given any reward for the full 40 days just because they read a horoscope or watched a TV program of a horoscope. So how about the one who goes to them and believes in what they say? فَقَدْ كَفَرَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. That person has disbelieved in what was revealed to the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this issue is very, very serious, very severe. And we encourage people strongly, don't even listen to them for a moment. Don't even watch them for entertainment. Don't read what they say, for these people are disbelievers, and in fact, they are from the worst of the disbelievers. And we don't want to be from among those people about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about them, وَتَجْعَلُونَ رِزْقَكُمْ أَنَّكُمْ تُكَذِّبُونَ. That you make your provision, Allah Azza wa Jal gives you your provision, and then you lie about where that came from. And people talk about the fortune tellers and the soothsayers, and this ayah was revealed regarding those people, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.